Noon 30.
Noon 30.
Noon 30.
Oh, snap.
Noon 30. It says, oh shit,
Noon
the big
30
thing says,
o'clock. Actually, this time.
the big thing does say 12:15. Like, the big red thing
Oh,
says,
yeah, it says 12:15. Yeah.
Oh man, there we go. As we say this, everybody's like, yeah, but we're reading a thing that specifically says 12:15.
It says 12:15 and it's 12:30. Where are you?
We are literally in the middle of the hour. Middlins.
Right?
Explain your thoughts, sir. Bring us the topic of the day, my friend.
Well, I was thinking,
in the shower. This is the real shower thought.
Contemplative shower thoughts.
Yes. Whole subreddit on Reddit dedicated to shower thoughts. Yes.
So I was like, okay.
God, that one hangs lower than I thought it did.
What?
Shower thoughts.
Okay. I was contemplating on how I felt today.
Yeah. Okay.
And I was like, okay.
Okay.
I feel good, but not at all.
No, not that good.
Not ecstatic.
Not I feel good. No. Not that good.
Not that good.
Not that good. Not James Brown good.
Yeah, not James Brown. We not there yet, but I feel good enough that I got up and took a shower today. So
me too. Right?
So fresh and so clean.
So fresh and so clean. Well, that might be a stretch. As the guy who's been in charge of the laundry lately.
But yeah, I was like, all right. I know it's not Wednesday. Wednesday is the real doldrums. It's the middle of the week. Smack dab.
Oh, you're smack in the middle.
Man, the weekend's
but really,
a couple days
in
away.
The end, Tuesday through Wednesday is the middle. Monday's the start. Friday's the end.
Thursday
is the Midlands.
Thursday was when I was like, dang, okay, I got a couple more days. Then this weekend.
Well, no, we've had a busy week.
Yeah.
Really
going on.
Yeah, no, an awesome week that we had. Maya and Seth on Tuesday. Mm-hmm. Oh, and actually, say her name. Carriana.
Yes. And then
yesterday. Hold on.
Yeah.
So, for those of you who don't know, we're a studio.
We had a couple more people.
So we do the podcast here every day, but one of our big pushes is we really want our sound to get out. Your sound. I can. The only thing I'm doing is trying to make the sound come out. I just sit here and say smart ass things. Just like I do here, actually. I got one job.
Right.
Smart ass. Well, yesterday we had the most people we had ever had in the studio, I think.
I think so.
Well, I think we've had that many in before.
But
years past, like the fire, and we're doing karaoke and stuff.
I was going to say, we weren't trying to. And then it spread out all over the house. Everybody was downstairs.
I'm literally at the point that I'm looking at, man, that's a set of microphones I want so bad. Speaking, like, I'm telling you, we don't have to buy microphones for the next 5 years if I get that.
Yeah, I think we've had a good amount of people every day except Monday.
We've been busy. But in a good way, man. A lot of good music came out yesterday.
I enjoy seeing people. Definitely.
We love, speaking of the middle, so we're the worst kind of extroverted, introverted pair you've ever met 100%. In the world. We love people. Now, if you could just stay the fuck away from us.
No, I love people until I start getting in my head, and then I'm like, what do I do?
It's not the when they get here.
Yeah.
It's not the when they leave.
It's when they're.
It's the middle.
Yeah.
Oh, you're blown, right?
Yeah.
You're like, how do you make that middle?
It's when they're there.
It's where do I stand?
Yes.
I don't know if anybody has noticed. I mean, I have pointed out before that you are black, but I will note that I am actually white. I always try to channel my inner Hilly Crystal. So Hilly Crystal was the guy that owned CBGB's. Country, bluegrass, and blues. That's the music he wanted to play.
Yeah.
Country, bluegrass, and blues. I don't know if any of you heard
what happened.
So that's where he started.
Though. Yeah.
And I bet the middle felt weird. So what? For those of you that don't know, CBGB is the birthplace of punk.
Yes.
It's this tiny little club that, and Billy Crystal was the guy that owned it. And when these crazy kids came in that, trust me, could barely play their instruments, but beat the hell out of them with a passion. And what he said was, I don't always understand it, but I can tell they've got something to say, and that they need to be heard.
See, and then like the problem I have is that I was raised in the hood.
Right.
I'm a suburbs kid.
Right.
Like mentally, like the way my family.
Did you have your piece on
me.
you yesterday?
Hmm?
Did you have your piece on you yesterday? No, right?
What, man? Like, my friend carries a gun. I held his. I don't.
We're in the burbs, man.
Come on, man.
But it represents a struggle and a suffering of being caught in the middle.
Yeah, it's a different thing.
And
there's a lot of people in the hood that aren't living with their head on the swivel. Like they don't carry guns, they don't sell drugs. They just wake up and go to work every day and try and do better each day. Not to say that people that do that aren't trying to do better each day.
But if you're driven, what ways do you see out?
I mean,
college doesn't look like an option. You've never really had a safe place to go. But you're smart.
Right.
Brilliant.
No, it depends.
I know so many guys that are running a hood game of some kind or another. You know, who I know, if I can get them into anything else, man, they are.
It's like I have
streets ahead.
Some of my best friends are more.
Chevy Chase used to say.
Some of my best friends are a lot deeper into that shit than I am.
Oh,
and it always amazes me. It always amazes me that this is a really, really good person. So whenever I hear someone like talking down about them or like anything like that, it's like, but you don't understand. Like,
but we've had friends that have spent time living in their cars.
Right.
I get why you're carrying.
I understand.
We have friends that are in a variety of enterprises that.
You have things you got to take care of.
The risk is the other guy has one, and that's why you've got one.
You can't.
But really what they are is in the middle and struggling.
Yes.
They're trying to find out where they belong. That's really what we're doing. Like when you talk about the middle, it's all middle.
You cannot convince me that any person wants to carry a gun. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. I believe 100% wholeheartedly that the vast majority of people want to live their lives and feel safe and feel like they don't have to worry about what they're going to do next, or like they don't want to have to live with so much pressure on them. I 100% believe that. And I also understand that pressure can make you do things that are not normally what you would do.
Well, it's a bunch of guys running around with their booby. Baby blanket. It's security.
I don't know about a baby blanket, but
no. Yeah. Okay, no, I'm not making. No, I ain't making fun. But what I'm saying is, what it represents is a feeling of insecurity. I don't mean that in a like, oh, dude, you're so insecure. No, I don't mean it like that.
Yeah.
I mean that it's a fear about security, like real security,
real
not like,
oh,
dude, you're so insecure. No, I'm not talking about that.
No, I get what you mean.
We talking like security.
Yeah.
We talking whether or not, pardon my French, whether or not a motherfucker feels safe.
Whether or not I'm going to live. Like, and I understand it. Like, I don't want anybody to think that I don't understand that people can be in situations like that. Because I've had family members that were in situations like that. I've had, like, I'm not as associated with that stuff as as I could have been, and I was very 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 lucky that I was raised with the family I was raised with, because things could have been a lot worse for me, and I understand that, and that like the fact that things could have been a lot worse for me makes me feel like sometimes it makes me feel like I have to overcompensate, and sometimes it makes me feel like I have to like I don't know act tougher than I am. Like I always felt like I had to act tough, even though like I'm not. I don't feel like that.
The hardest part is that, yeah, we're all wearing it's masks.
Yeah,
It's not about who the person is, it's about who the person feels they need to show.
yeah,
It's hard to get people to understand I'm trying to create a place where you can let all that down. Come be you. Come talk to, you know what, man? I want to sit down and get these stories. You see what I'm saying?
yeah.
That I'm telling you, that's powerful shit.
I'm telling you, man. Like what it is like I'm a table hopper. I hopped from table to table.
Me too.
Trying to learn, trying to talk to
well,
people.
and feeling like I never
actually,
fit in. I didn't feel like I didn't fit in anywhere.
Exactly. I wanted to actually grow a connection with these people. I always felt like I wasn't nerdy enough for the nerds. I always felt like I wasn't hood enough for the hood kids. I felt like I wasn't athletic enough for the sports kids. I wasn't cool enough for the cool kids. Like I always felt like
yes.
the group that I wanted to hang out with, or I just wanted to hang out with these people and see who they were as a person. But I always felt like whatever I brought to the table wasn't enough.
Right.
It always felt that way to me. And because of that, I'm always like, I always find myself overcompensating when I don't feel comfortable in myself, you know, like, and sometimes I have to remind myself that, okay, I need to be comfortable being who I am, because I know that I'm an interesting person, you know, I know that people like to hear me talk every once in a while, and
well, God, we hope, don't we?
right?
God, we hope.
Right? I'm funny a little bit sometimes, you know, but I forget sometimes that the things that I have to say can be just as interesting as things that other people have to say, and that makes me
Right.
lose track of where I am, which is the middle. I'm in the middle of it.
But the only place we can be is the middle.
Exactly. It's the only place.
We make fake starts and stops, and really everything. We're the only place we can be is roll here,
Smack dab in the middle.
here,
Yeah.
and there's constantly starts and stops and ends and beginnings, but it's really it all boils down to here we sit.
Right.
Thursday.
Whether you're 18, 32, or 50, doesn't matter.
Where do you want the music to go? You've been
Where
working
do I
your
want
ass
the
off
music
lately.
to go?
Where do you want it to go? What's forget
I want to say to the
Big Daddy
moon,
Matt
but
over here for a minute.
Let me be realistic.
No, I mean no, from where you are right. I mean realistic
Uh-huh.
from what your work like relative to what you're doing right now.
I want to make it so that every family member, every friend, every person that I truly care about never has to worry about anything ever.
Okay, you're jumping way ahead.
Yes, I know. Yeah, I know. That's the end goal. I understand that that's not. I wanna do shows, and I want to see people excited hearing what I have to say.
What do you have right now?
What do I have right now?
Yeah. What is your goal right now? Are you looking to put music out? Are
Yes,
you looking to
I'm
put
looking
out the
to
show?
I'm
What do
looking
you
to put music out?
give us a
As
give me
far as the
something
show-
here, buddy.
As
Give me
far as
something.
the show goes,
Is everybody opposed to that? Is that what's
I
really
don't
going on?
know. I don't know. I have to no.
Because we had cool conversations about it, then it like
What
went
I
out
have
the
to do,
window.
what I have to do is, I have to have the conversation and talk to people and be like, hey, tell me right now, do you want to do a show or do you not want to do a show? What do you think?
Well,
Because I would love to do a show.
let's do that one day a week.
Mhm.
You know, and one day a week, I'm talking about just record it and then put it out as a podcast. Looking forward to the idea that come Saturdays, we're going to have people that we want to have perform in front of people. Go live from the fire if we want.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of a scene.
Mm-hmm.
Like, trust me, I can set music up out there. I got more than enough fucking names.
Mm-hmm.
I can run this shit wherever I want in the house now. Got his little. That's what's going to save our ass. That little one. He's got little black things like the Scarlet.
Oh, okay. I got what you're saying. Yeah, I know.
But it gives us more
Yeah.
control.
Yeah.
But I mean, in general, and we can run karaoke the same way we always shit. We just ran the
Yes.
upstairs. That ain't just sitting out in the garage, ready to go right now. Well, right. So later in the evening.
Are we gonna take that one outside, or are we gonna leave that in the garage?
I think we might leave it in the garage. Clean up the garage area a little bit, so that's where we go. Hey, if everybody needs to smoke.
Right. I got you. I understand. You try to build in the things that people need. I get you.
That's what I work at.
Um.
And that's their even, because here's the thing. Wait, tours of the basement is the way to go when there's a shit ton of people. Otherwise, people feel like, hey, I'm running up down the stairs and running everywhere.
I will say though, you actually brought up a good point, because sometimes I wonder if I spend so much time dreaming that I don't actually do what I need to do.
As much as we see the goal, we have to put our head down and not look at it. It's there, but it's people we ignore. What we have is footsteps in front of us.
I've spent a long time ignoring the present, because the present was so hard to deal with, and I need to learn how to stay in the present, even when the present is hard to deal with, because I am speaking very quietly. My bad. I need to learn how to just sit in the moment, even if the moment sucks.
To be in the middle.
Yeah, because sometimes I'll be in a social situation, and I'm getting a lot better at it with like socially, because I've noticed that now when I'm in a social environment, I can kind of sort of almost calm myself down while people are still here. Because sometimes
there you go.
it used to be that I couldn't calm myself while people were here.
Wait a minute, is this thanks to Grandma Hayes? Big Mama Hayes teach you a little bit of mindfulness, did she?
Yeah.
Big Mama Hayes give you a little bit of medicine, did she?
Yeah. Shout out to Grandma Hayes. Nah, but like I almost feel like I can actually calm myself a little bit more while there's people around, as opposed to waiting until people leave and then calm myself down.
Right? Yeah, okay. I think that's huge.
It feels better, but it gets easier and easier with each social interaction that I have with people.
The problem for me was if I let the anxiety start building, I can turn something that's actually going to end up being a good thing into a bad thing.
Right.
Like that. Then my gears are grinding on a piece that really didn't matter. And meanwhile, and that's reality. Like, because okay, so it ends up my reaction to people isn't real. That's all based on my perspective and how I'm feeling. Now, that's not bad. I'm not saying ignore your feelings. That's not what I mean.
Right.
But realize that there lies in clouds to fit your perception.
There's constantly I have to figure out whether or not I'm trying to pay attention to how someone else feels, or if I'm projecting how I feel.
What I'm doing is my fear is burbling.
Right.
Ooh, I saw that tiny little moment.
And I'm gonna make it huge.
That means they think that too.
Exactly. Or is this I saw something in them and I pick up on what they're thinking? Like because sometimes that happens.
It does happen.
Sometimes it happens where it's like I see you're doing certain things. Okay.
But sometimes their motivation, you're seeing an action that for instance, means they have anxiety. They're anxious.
Yeah.
But what you don't know is the why.
I gave a perfect example. I was like, we could be just sitting here talking, and I see this guy over here. I see he's got his arms crossed.
Right.
And I could think he's got his arms crossed, and he's kind of positioned away from me. Well, he could be mad at me.
He could,
or it could be cold. and the air conditioner is facing this way, so he's trying to face away from the air conditioner. Literally, it has nothing to do with me, but I'm thinking like the worst of the situation.
We cast our perspective on everything and then on top of it all, our brain does this weird thing where the way it deals with it is it finds things that agree with us.
Exactly.
It's why
it's going to pull out evidence that's going.
Your Facebook logarithm makes Facebook's logarithm look like nothing. Just saying.
Human logarithm, man.
Right.
Man.
And the trick is, here's the hardest part.
Mm-hmm.
So the truth about the middle is, we shall see, that everything we react to is based on the assumption that we know what comes next, as opposed to we're just doing the best job we can here. Because all we can do is the best job we can here. I mean, that's all we can do.
I tell you what, like, the one thing that makes me think that my perspective isn't really as valid as I think,
right,
is I went from being an anarcho-capitalist to a socialist in 6 months. and then I was like a what do you call it? It's like in the middle between what do you call it?
Human.
No, it's like there's a thing that's like they consider themselves in the middle between Democrat and Republican. I can't remember what they're called.
Libertarian?
Yeah, I thought I was a libertarian for a little bit. Then I was left, and then I was right. I've been all over the place, and the reason why is because I get an idea, and I start lending credence to that idea, and then my brain starts looking for things to build onto that idea.
Your brain does that automatically.
And then, boom, something else comes out that completely changes my perspective, and I forget about everything I just.
The wildest thing as you get older is over and over again you think you got it figured out.
And then you don't.
Well, no, and then a decade later you look back and think you were an idiot. I'm giving you like, no, this is.
No, I can look back on 6 months ago. And
what I'm trying to say is, oh my God, it gets worse. Dude, you get to the point where you look back and you're like, what the?
Dude, I was an idiot a week ago. Like, come on, it's a cycle, man.
I was an idiot a week ago.
Every week,
that's my life story.
Every week, I have been alive. I've been the smartest person on earth. And then I look back like a week ago, and I was an idiot.
You know what's wild?
Yeah. What's up?
We talk about the middle.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is in the middle, man. It's like, yeah, all you could see was Endgame. We tried to talk about your music, and all you had was Endgame.
Yeah.
That it's lost every word in my head.
Sometimes you have to build out the middle.
I just lost every word.
You have to plan out the middle.
Well,
you have to plan and take steps. Because if you don't take steps, it doesn't mean shit that you plan.
Live in the steps. Live in the steps instead of the destination.
Exactly.
This is old news, you know. But love the journey. I should have put that picture up today. Well, but it's where you gotta live.
Yeah.
It's in the lessons.
Yeah.
You know, it's that you don't know. You know, and that, no, really, you'll find yourself over and over. If you assume you've gotten to your destination, there isn't. You're already here. The destination is here. Here, right here.
No, there's a destination. You just won't know when you're there. I don't think you'll know when you're at your destination or when you're gonna get there or any of that. I don't think you're gonna know any of that.
I don't think of any. I don't. Right. So I don't even think about that. I don't know any of that. I can do the best this. But I remember what I was going to say. That in the middle, sometimes you have to remember how far you've come instead of just how far you have to go. Hey, shit. Sorry, distracted by the cat. Come on, buddy. That, do you realize how far we've come?
Really far.
I know we don't release music, but do you have some sense of how much you've recorded, let alone how much has been lost? But I mean,
Let's be frank here.
Let's be frank here. Or anybody you want to be. Is there anybody named Frank out there that's really good at working on hard drives? Or has a free hard drive just sitting out there? What I need to do is out in the garage is a server with a 1 terabyte. It's a Dell micro server. And right now it's set up for 1 terabyte, but that's like 4 drives that are huge.
Do you think that would fit over here? Or where would you put it?
Yeah, the best thing would be put it upstairs with the router and just run additional cord to it so that it's built into the router. And that way it's on the...
Yeah, it's on the system.
In all reality, we've got Microsoft over here to do that too. But the point of what I'm saying
is...
Think about how much we have. Think about... You know what, it's funny. So yesterday, one of the complaints was we need more mics. And we do. And I'm trying to figure out who I'm going to borrow $600 from, to be honest. I haven't figured it out yet, but you know what, hey. All in. But you can look at everybody around us and go, no, the one thing I know for sure is he's all in. He's all in.
For sure. Yeah.
He's right, Mandy,
yeah.
Every month I watch him figure out how he's going to pay the next month's bills just to keep going. Because there ain't no money coming in. But on no money. And we've spent our money wisely. Some of the mics are a little more expensive in our world, which is $100. That's a lot for us. The glorious, I mean glorious, dude, the find of the century. I wish I could remember the pastor's name right at the moment that sold us the board. But that board is amazing.
Oh yeah, this was like...
I'm real...
But it should be like... It's worth a lot.
Yeah.
This thing...
We've had a few... We've lucked out more than once that way.
That's very true.
We found the thing we needed when we needed it.
Yes.
And I'm about at the point of feeling that way about those mics. 600 is a lot of money, though.
No.
Shoot, the laptop. There was no laptop.
Yeah.
There were not 50 podcasts up.
Right.
Plus. You can literally... I hand out a card that has no information on it. That all it said... I know, somebody left one. Ghost didn't take his with him. It didn't fit next to his gun or something. I don't know. It was... But on the back it says, make noise, be heard. Real small. You gotta look at it. You gotta think about it.
But never looked at the back.
But it's small for a reason. See why it's small?
I like that it's black.
That's it. Because, ladies and gentlemen, if you go to Google,
This
you go
is
to
a
Apple.
tasteful card.
This is like a membership card to its sticker.
Yeah.
These I ordered by the 100, as opposed to, they're not really business cards. They're actually, they're supposed to be for
something else.
I think the little thicker membership card was supposed to be what they are. But the point is, yeah, it feels like the middle. I can hand out a card that all it says on it is Studio 586B, and you can put it into any search engine. It's us. The middle.
Right.
We're involved with helping other groups. You know, we're going to do shows on other platforms that are about other things because, I'm telling you, we need the interviews. And it's me scheduling and figuring that out. Originally, what I wanted to do was do that. You want to record 2 hours where you get to ask me anything you want? Do you think you could fill? Do you think if you asked me?
I think I could fill 2 hours with asking you anything.
Well, I get to answer, so the answers will fill it.
Do I have a restriction on what type of questions I can ask?
Oof. I can plead the fifth if I want, I guess.
Okay.
I think there's got to be a reasonable out.
Okay. Yeah.
But I think I'm willing to.
No, I'm not gonna ask nothing incriminating.
I'm willing to look at our fan base. He said fan base, anyways.
I have imaginary.
Hello, imaginary people. How you doing? How you doing? I love you. That's gotta look weird. It looks weird when Bentley does it. Doesn't it looks like it's not like it's not attached right? Like that don't look right. Facts. But no, that maybe those are the two first interviews we should do. We should try and get them out by next week. No, 2 hours of each.
2 hours of each?
Oh yeah, I can get 2 hours.
All right. I know you can get 2 hours. I'm trying to think. Can I get 2 hours?
Well,
part of it is I gotta come up with a bunch of questions to just like ask you, because
right.
like stuff that I've always wanted to know.
Absolutely.
I gotta come up with that stuff. You know, I gotta.
Absolutely. 9 inches.
Yeah. I didn't want to know that. I didn't want to know that.
That's how
no
long.
one actually
Wait a
heard
minute.
that.
That's how long our snake is.
Is it?
I thought you wanted to know how big the snake was. I thought you were like, hey, Matt, how big is the snake?
Yeah.
Like, you know, she said.
Yeah, she said that.
We do have, so one of the things that's funny is we actually, you don't see all the animals around us. That, you know, right underneath where the camera is, there's a fish, and there's an axolotl, and there's a garter snake. And in the other room,
hiding in the back.
We need to share our world with people, both in interview form, and we should take some pictures. And we should get it up and go, yeah, I know I've done one picture that direction. But, interestingly, what I would like is you to take the pictures, and I'll write the captions.
All right.
You take pictures of whatever you think. Like, I want to know what the fuck
is that.
What is that? Okay, there's a yellow submarine with the Beatles. There's Buddhas everywhere. There's a Buddha head. There is actually also way up hidden somewhere a sloth Buddha.
There's a sloth Buddha?
There's a sloth Buddha where it's a sloth.
Okay. After the camera's off, you have to show me where the sloth Buddha is.
Actually, it's directly above the fish tank. If you look, the Buddha-shaped thing is actually a sloth. I think it's just below the mannequin. Above the Marvel characters.
Oh, I think I see it.
The middle shelf in the middle.
I have to go up to
over by the Rubik's Cube.
Okay.
Not by
on that same level.
Yeah, not the group family. The group family's above that, including a picture of a tree that I drew.
Right.
Find Ross, and in camera you'll find a good deal of the cast of Sesame Street.
Yeah, you will.
That's right. Elmo, Grover, Oscar, and Cookie Monster. Yep. There's a rubber chicken.
Yep.
You know what?
So many things. Yeah. That wouldn't be a bad idea to take a picture. Explain it.
That was my thought. I've often thought about we need to figure out a way to make money. I've thought about the idea of going through and taking pictures, and we could tag. If we became an Amazon reseller.
If you wanted to wonder where is the middle of having an idea and being
right, it's here.
It's right here.
It's right.
How do we
you
make
have reached
money?
The epicenter.
How do we make money is the question.
Well, my problem is how do we make money and not? I don't want to ask anybody for money.
I get that.
I don't want to.
I don't. To be honest, that's why I haven't done any of that.
And you know, meanwhile, I really appreciate you watching, Ross. We started late, and what happens is, like, a lot of times my buddy will be on and watch, but it fits his lunch perfect. So he gets his lunch 12:15. He can watch. He goes and find something else. I would. I mean, yeah, we put up a sign with a bunch of smiling poopy faces that our computer scratched today.
Yeah.
We were trying to just run with it without restarting.
Yeah.
We were running late.
Computer was like, no, restart.
And the computer said, that is not how we do that.
That's not how we do things.
That is not how we do that.
Skip the protocol, man.
But find your joy in the middle. Your joy, I get your
I'm
end.
having fun right now.
I get your end desire.
Yeah.
But you can't make that happen anywhere but here. And so if you don't figure out the steps between, all you got's an end dream when you get to the end and wish.
I have a really hard time with being present, generally speaking, because I have a lot of anxiety.
You have a lot of
Sometimes-
PTSD from real life experiences.
Yes.
There's a reason why trust is hard.
Yes.
And the funny thing is, so I don't go around. I try to beat people up about that stuff because I mean that's so real.
That's
You know, and so yeah, go ahead, sir.
no. I'm saying that's why, like, when I find out that my friend is carrying all the time, I'm like, no, I understand.
I get it.
You've been through shit that, like, you feel like you need to do that, and I understand that.
I get
Like,
that.
I don't want to judge that. I don't want you to feel like you have to do that around me, but I don't want to.
I'm not going to get overly specific, man. I run a circle, not a studio to some extent. And inside the circle, there's a trust. We won't go into what kind of peace pipes we pass and all of that. But that's meaningful to me. The old hippie in me has a lot of meaning to that.
I get what you're saying.
I mean, it's a when you walk into the medicine TP, I don't care if the Braves are at war with each other, we're going to sit down and find peace. We don't need that here.
Right.
That I don't care if two enemies walk in here. I want them to walk
I
in
want to
as
be
friends here.
Switzerland, if possible.
So if anybody would like to send us their gold, we promise we're not going to. No, really, we're keeping it in the back room. Don't worry.
We'll keep it safe.
You want to see my new car?
Hey man, I got gold rims on it.
Postage and handling on that gold, baby.
I got gold rims. I'm just playing.
Cool. Oh.
I never understood the fascination with rims, actually. Got that.
There's a certain when you're feeling low, it feels good to flaunt.
It was
You know.
it was really funny. I was watching this guy who was talking about when he got out of jail,
Mm-hmm.
and he was like, dude, I went into jail and we didn't have phones. I came out of jail and I saw a car driving stop and the rims kept spinning and my mind was blown. And I was like, dang, when you put it like that, yeah, because they didn't do that. They didn't do that at first. That was
No,
yeah.
change is an amazing. Okay, so if you want to understand perspective,
Mm-hmm.
it is exactly that. So in the winter, yesterday, it was 50.
Right.
You were outside.
Yeah, it was.
Felt warm.
Yeah.
Mid-July, you wake up in the morning. It's 50. You walk outside. It feels cold. You're like, damn, it's cold today.
It felt chilly, but I could deal with it.
Well, no,
It was
but
like
it's all relative.
it was cold a couple days ago, so I'm like, I'm fine.
That's my point.
You know?
So it's relative to what you saw last.
Exactly. If we had yesterday's weather, but it was August, I would need a jacket.
The world works that way.
Yeah.
And perspective is jarring, so our brain is constantly dealing with it, turning off and not noticing and going, I'm in charge. Silly monkey brain. Well, it's true. I wrote one day, I was like, one of those days where you wish you knew where the man with the big yellow hat was. The monkey brain's jumping all over the place, you know?
Yeah. That's another thing. I'm trying to get used to, like, becoming the man in the big yellow hat as
It's
opposed
true.
to needing to be
The monkey.
yeah, all the time. But it's different when you hit 18. You're just expected to know more things.
Well,
No,
the hard
not no
part-
more things. But it seems like not okay. I don't think adults look at me like, hey, you should have it all figured out. But I think adults look at me like, hey,
It's time.
it's time. It's time to figure it out. You know? It's time to get started. Let's get it moving.
This is my speech.
Let's get a move on.
I think I've given this.
Yeah, let's speed it up a little
Listen,
bit.
I was 18 once too. But you're gonna have to clean your motherfucking room. And I ain't gonna fucking do it.
Right?
Pick up your own shit.
Right.
But it's
Yeah.
a rude awakening. We've talked about this before. That middle ground between child and adult,
Yeah.
half of it is realizing nobody else had a fucking clue and they lied to you all the way through. And it is jarring. It's like, oh shit, now I'm supposed to know how wait a minute.
I will
I
say
don't know what I'm doing.
I will say-
Yep, I'm sorry, we didn't tell you
The
about that,
one
did
way-
we?
the one way I feel like to get around that is if you have like younger siblings that you live with.
Oh, it helps.
It helps a lot because it's almost like once the new kid gets there, you're expected to grow up a little bit.
Well, the cool thing
and it's
is,
like a step as opposed to like a leap.
so as one of our big bits of adult training, who runs upstairs when the kids are driving John crazy now?
Yeah, I run upstairs.
You were amazing yesterday. Should I talk about that? No,
I was trying. I was putting in some effort.
but it felt good, huh? In the end, it felt good to help.
It felt good in the end, not in the middle.
Let me explain. It's like enough toddlers to maybe take Ross down. I think there's an if all three of them go on him once, and then the baby winks at him looking cute if the baby's in the room, he's done.
Yeah.
Because the three. Speaking of monkey brain, and the doctor said,
getting children to calm down is difficult when you look like you're still a child.
But it helps you find an inner calm, doesn't it?
Yes.
That as they're frantic all over the place, you go, it teaches you something about your mind. I learned more. My guru is 9 years old. My teacher that is one of my teachers that's taught me the most. You got to give my mom credit. She's been my teacher since way back. My point is, if you do stuff with kids and slow down to their speed, instead of feeling stuck in the middle, what you are is amazed. They're delighted by everything is what's going on.
Everything is new to them.
Everything is new.
Everything is something to be marveled at as opposed to...
And so that's why when I go, the point is to know nothing. Everybody's like, well, that doesn't. I mean like a child.
Mm-hmm.
I mean like meeting each moment with wonder because you think if you walk into it thinking you know, your brain's gonna make.
That's what I was trying to express to you when we were watching Star Wars. Is that when there's like less calm in the room, generally speaking, I can be more calm. I feel more okay being more calm. You know, when there's a lot of things going on, I feel more okay being a little bit more. I have
somehow
to be
it's
more
like you feel like you can be the eye of the storm.
Yes, I have to become that.
I thought
it's a lot more. It's a lot different because sometimes I come into the room and I feel like I am the storm.
For the record, I don't give enough credit, and somehow you pulled that off yesterday.
I was trying to.
No, I mean as far as so I'll beat on you. I get all sensitive about the mics moving around and all of that, but you dealt with a problem in a way that made it so that the people that wanted to sing were singing, and you were passing. It worked. We still had to pass some mics around, but it was meaningful, and you did a hell of a job. You did stay calm in the midst. Yeah, there was anxiety. Yeah, there were pieces you're like, okay, I want to do that different next time.
Right.
Yeah, of course. That's what life is.
That's what it's gonna be. You know, it's gonna be. You're thrown into it.
Nothing.
You got to figure it out along the way. You know.
People will beat themselves up for, well, I didn't get it perfect this time, instead of learning from it.
No, every
you see
time.
What I'm saying? That sometimes people are like, I'm a bad person, and then next time they just do it again.
Right.
And it's like, no, don't waste all. You don't need none of that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need anybody beating on themselves because I
know
know they're beautiful people.
It makes me understand more, like, because sometimes I hear really experienced musicians talk about like how like their process of making music.
Right.
And one of the things they talk about is like, you don't understand why I am so quick at making music. It's because of the fact that I've spent years and years and years trying to get as fast as possible at making music, making good music as fast as possible. So it took me a lot of time to get here. It might take you a couple days to write a verse, but eventually it's going to take you 2 days. Eventually it's going to take you 1 day. Eventually it's going to take you 30 minutes. But if you keep working at it, if you keep chipping away at it,
what I keep telling people,
you know,
is it doesn't matter what you choose. You're going to the gym.
Yeah.
So
gotta get your reps in.
I quit drawing for a long time because I couldn't draw as well as my brother. 5 years older than me. He'd been drawing for 5 years more than I had.
Right.
It was reasonable for him to
yeah.
The way to be a good artist is do it every day.
Yeah.
The way to be a good rapper, do it every day. But do other things too,
My
because that's where the rich ideas come from.
My
If you get
cousin-
stuck in one groove,
my cousin has been drawing for longer than I've been alive, and I used to compare my drawings to his.
of course, it's the mistake we make. We're constantly comparing to somebody other than ourselves.
Exactly.
And we're always in the middle. It's always a practice. We're always a work in progress. We beat ourselves up for being a work in progress, even though what we know.
I gain more peace when you sit and work with it.
Right.
When you're constantly struggling with it and you're constantly fighting with it, or you're stopping and starting and contemplating, you're not gonna get what you need out of it.
If what you do is live here instead of dread there,
Yes.
or dream there, or whatever, because your nightmares and your dreams can only be created here. And if you're here and you're present, makes for more dreams.
I'm telling you, I got a meditation for you guys. Go get a picture, print it out, put it down on the table, put a piece of paper over it, and put a light over it. Trace the picture. Just do that. Just do that. Don't do anything else. Just try your best to trace that picture.
Right.
No matter how long you have to sit with it, I guarantee you hours will go by and you won't even notice. Like, because I did that,
lose yourself
and
yeah.
I looked at the time. It was like 5 when I started. I looked outside. It was like dark.
Mm-hmm.
Out by the time I had looked up.
So what I do
Mm-hmm.
is a similar thing. What I do is I'll start a drawing, and what it is I just start putting dots on a page. Dots. All dots.
Okay.
Now, sometimes I'll do abstracts,
Mm-hmm.
and so you'll get a wavy, and I'll switch colors up, and I'll mix it up,
Mm-hmm.
but you lose yourself in just, you're looking at the individual dots as you put them on the page. And even if you're drawing a picture,
it's a repetition thing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That you can tell whether or not I'm drawing and writing because my notebooks start to look scribbly.
I remember I tried to draw Kratos. And I tried to draw his beard as in detail as I possibly could. So I was straining to like put in each individual hair. Dude, it was impressive how much I actually did.
I believe Eminem said, "Lose yourself in the moment."
Yeah, exactly. Lose yourself.
Every moment is your moment. Every moment has potential. Lose yourself in your moment.
Yes.
That was an awesome show.
It was an awesome show.
That was a great show. Welcome to the middle, folks. It's where we live. About 50 minutes.
Yeah. Solid content. 100%.
Mm-hmm. Putting out solid content. And I